And Derbyshire 2 down at the close, but still a healthy lead for Notts at this stage. How do you see the game at halfway?
Look, I mean, we've got 600 on the board, so, we've obviously got a lot of runs to play with there. At the end of the day, look, it's going to be hard work. There's no doubt it's a good wicket. We would have liked potentially 1 or 2 more by the end of the day. But potentially in the morning, when it does a bit more, hopefully we can make some good inroads. And the reality, there's a lot of cricket left in this game. It's a nice position to be in at 600, knowing you can't really lose the game. We've just got to get the guys really mentally prepared to put 2 good days of hard graft in.
Yeah, quite a few more wickets today than yesterday. What impression did you get from the players about how it did play today?
Yeah, I think both mornings it did a bit. I think the first morning, on another day they could have potentially had us 2-3 down, and this morning it did a little bit. Look, our chat in the morning and obviously last night was we had a time that we wanted to obviously declare and get going. So, we always knew we had 9 wickets in the shed, so we could play with a little bit more freedom. We most probably lost a few wickets more than we would have liked, but absolutely outstanding partnership at the back end there with Jimmy and Liam. Yeah.
We saw the end of Ben Duckett's innings this morning as well. How pleased were you to see how he cashed in particular and making a big score in this game?
I mean, Ben's. I remember when we chatted last. I mean, he's going from strength to strength, and he's starting to knock on the door for high honours. That's no doubt. I said to the 2 of them at the end of day's play that what was so pleasing is just how consistent, quality positions, their ball striking, just the way they went about the innings as a partnership was outstanding. And Ducky's got this amazing ability to consistently, keep the scoreboard ticking. He just naturally scores quickly. He's one of the best in the game at hitting awkward pockets. And it's just nice that he was a little bit ruthless and got a real big score, which we've sort of been challenging him on. So that was nice.
Yeah, I know we've spoke about his development before, maybe even as far back as 2020 when he performed so well for Notts. But what is it that's caused him to kick on again this summer and have probably his most productive summer to date in a Notts shirt?
I think in Ducky's. In Ducky's progress, I said to you last time, his own awareness of his game has gone through the roof, and he's starting to get evidence from the game. The ball's naturally going straighter. Balls that were going for 1 or 2 are going for 4. And he's just becoming a better player. There's 1 or 2 work-ons he still needs to work on to really start taking it to an even different level. If you go through his journey in the last 2-3 years, didn't score enough square of the wicket as a short guy. He's brought that into his game. His offside play has gone through the roof. Not loads of technical changes, just an awareness of his body and how it needs to move slightly more efficiently, really.
And Haseeb, another player who spent plenty of time with, whether here or out in Australia over the winter. How impressed have you been with his work since returning to England this spring?
It's just frustrating for me because, if the Ashes came a year later, he's in a position now where, he was on that journey. It just came a little bit too early in an environment that was quite tough. But, there was a lot in his head. It wasn't quite in his body. It's getting to his body now where his rhythm, his timings, his shot making is moving fast, which is extremely exciting because, what comes with that is the scoreboard moves quicker. His average goes up, and he wins himself, and so does the team. So it was a little stat I think Kuni showed me at the end of the day yesterday. Just how his scoring rate, his strike rate's gone through the roof, and that hasn't been him coming to try and play a different game. It's just his ability of moving slightly better and his shot making has gone to another level that's allowed him to score quicker, which is a nice place to be at. Yeah.
And with wickets relatively hard to come by this evening, how much will the experience in the Notts bowling attack help in the next 2 days with those 18 wickets to take?
Yeah, I mean, one thing we have proved now as a side is when we play at the right intensity, we're one of the best sides in the country, and there's a belief amongst the guys. It's a very high level of skill that our bowlers operate with. It is tough when the conditions are this hard, but one thing is for sure: if we can get a few wickets early on tomorrow and get the ball rolling, and get ourselves on the front foot, then we'll see where we end up at.